Okay, guys, so we're going to talk about part 4 now, so finally can get into it. So we ended with the custody evaluator phone call, conference phone call, whatever you want to call that thing, January 2024. And that was basically just a phone call for the judge to tell Tiana's dad, like, hey, this is the process. Follow the process. Like, you have to do the custody evaluator. Mikkel and her husband have done their part. They've paid everything. They've finished all their paperwork. Like, we're just waiting on you. And so that was that from the phone call. So remind you, I have to pay for these things. So, like, just having my attorney present on a phone call, I had to pay. Ridiculous. At that point, my attorney should have been like, I'm so sorry. Like, I'll just throw this one in. No, didn't happen. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. So January 2024, that's what happens. And then after that, it probably was only like a couple weeks. He was like, I've got a new lawyer and I'm ready to settle. Like, are you fucking serious right now? Like, we're 2 years in and you're just ready to settle after they're like, you must comply. So we go back and forth for a little bit of time with his lawyer, my lawyer, changing certain things. Like, I wanted to say this, not like this. And then I'm like, heck no. And then blah, 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 blah. And so a couple weeks goes by. And then at like the end of January, we finally come to an agreement. And I think it was like mid-February, things were like finalized. So the modification for custody was finalized, I think, February between the 14th, 19th, 2024. And really, you guys, the only thing that I really asked for was medical decision making, because remember, he didn't want her getting braces even though an orthodontist was saying otherwise. He didn't want her getting prescription eyeglasses even though an eye exam was saying otherwise. He's never paid for one doctor bill. So why should you have medical decision making? Like, she broke her arm at school. I got stuck with the bill. Like, and I just pay it because I just like, it's just easier to just pay these things than have to even discuss with him. He's never like taken her to like an urgent care and having to pay the bill. No, he usually just sends her to me and she's sick as fuck. And then I have to take her. So like literally, sorry, went off subject there, but literally all I was asking for was medical decision making and then having her on the nights of the week of school so that number one, she didn't have to pack a bag and lug it around at school because that was just awful. And number two, so that she would get to school. That's all I was asking for. And we're 2 years in, just arguing back and forth. Like, you would think that I was going after, like, child support, like, money, all kinds of stuff. No, didn't ask for a dime in my motion. Not a dime. Whatever. Pick and choose your battles. So, we settle, finally, and I get, like, the school nights and the medical decision making, and everything's fine. We signed February 2024. And then it's quiet. And then all of a sudden, May 2024 comes around and he claims, he submits some paper and says that he was pressured to sign and he wants it like null and void. And I mean, just all kinds of crap. And I just about shit my pants and hit the floor. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, we went back and forth for a couple weeks, at least with his lawyer and my lawyer, and made a few changes because he just didn't want to say like certain things or whatever. I don't even know anymore at this point. So you felt pressured, but you went back and forth for a couple weeks. Like, why would you even like debate if you felt pressured? Whatever. So just when we thought everything was done, here comes May 2024 and kicks me right in the ass and is like, here we go again. And it really freaking sucked. So, and at this point, I had already done with my lawyer. She's already like taken herself off the case. The custody evaluator, like, we got rid of her because he decided he just wanted to just settle out of nowhere. Lost my money on that. Like, it was ridiculous. So here we are, and I'm like, that's just beautiful. So that's where we were as of May 2024. He was basically like submitted some motion. I don't even know what it was even at this point. There's been so many motions he has submitted. It's been ridiculous. And he's just saying that like, you know, all like he's just wants a whole new case started. Like a whole new petition to modify, which starts the whole process over. You don't understand? Like it starts, you know, hey, you got to go to mediation first. And if that doesn't work, guess what? You got to do the custody evaluator again. And I just was like, oh my God, are you serious? Like, this is crazy. So, of course, I contact my lawyer who I was using at the time. And she's like, I'll do it again if you just want to pay me another $12,000. I don't even know how much it was. But at that time, it felt like she was asking for probably $1 million. So we get her, and basically the judge is like, we have to go to court, you know, those things again. So I'm having to pay again. And it was like, you know, if you feel like there's been changes to Tiana's dad from February to May, and you felt pressured, like you have to submit a petition to modify custody. And he's like, it wasn't clocking to him. Like,
it's not clocking to you.
I don't know how many people told him you have to submit a petition to modify. Like, you have to do this now. Like, I'm just going to sit here on the side. And he just would like, it wasn't making sense. So that's where we were at that point.